Did you know that most college students graduate with over $20,000 worth of debt? However, by earning money and carefully cutting your college costs, it is still possible to graduate from college debt-free. Today I'm going to explain 6 surefire ways to pay for college. One excellent way to pay for college is by selling used textbooks. By this, I do not necessarily mean selling your own textbooks, although that is a good idea, but rather selling textbooks that have been used by other people. You can find used textbooks at library sales, garage sales, and even from fellow students. It's an excellent first business because it has low startup costs and you don't have to have a lot of experience in the field. In addition, it does have relatively good potential. I've heard of people making $14 an hour selling these textbooks. However, there are a few difficulties. First of all, the space is an issue. Many students don't have room to store a lot of books, and you will have to be able to store, say, 100 books at a time. In addition, no startup is quick, so you can't expect to make money tomorrow by selling these textbooks. It'll take a few months to figure out what books sell the best and how to sell them best, where to buy them, and just all the different ins and outs of the business. When you're doing this type of business, you need to have a few skills. First of all, you need to have patience. Like I said, this is not an instant money-making business, so you have to be ready to wait a little while before you start earning. And also, you need to be ready to build up the business. Instead of investing $200 the first day, invest a few dollars, buy a couple of books, see how those sell, and then advance from there. So don't instantly invest in 100 books that might not ever sell, but instead invest in a couple books, see how those sell, and figure out which books are best. Internships are another excellent way to make money for college. They provide experience on the job that will look good on your resume and will help you get a permanent job after college. In addition, internships are a good way to try on a career and find out if it's really something you want to be working in for the rest of your life. Internships are also an excellent way to network in the career path that you're going to be working in. You'll be able to meet people who are working the way that you plan to be, and it'll help you get a job in the future and get recommendations and simply help you with your network. There are a few difficulties with internships. The major one is pay. Most internships do not pay very well. Many, in fact, don't pay at all. But if you look well, you will be able to find some internships that pay. You might even be able to find something that pays well. When you're applying, you need to be careful to be yourself and to be professional. If you are coming into your interview wearing a shirt that looks like it was on the floor for the last week, you're not likely to be able to get that internship. So make sure you don't necessarily need to wear a suit and tie, but make sure whatever you're wearing matches the professional look of whatever field you're applying for. Part-time job is another excellent opportunity for money-making students. It has a few pros. It's flexible, and it also provides good income. Because of the flexibility, you are able to do your school and your work at the same time and make sure that they don't have conflicting schedules. It also has relatively good income, and so you will be able to make some money from it and hopefully be able to pay for a lot of your school with it. However, there are a few difficulties. It is not most likely going to help you in your career advancement because most part-time jobs are working as a clerk or flipping hamburgers at the local burger king. So you need to be careful that you understand that you're not likely to advance your career through it, but it is still a good money-making opportunity. In addition, it can also be very tedious. Flipping hamburgers for 3 hours straight is not really anyone's idea of fun, so don't expect it to be an extremely enjoyable opportunity, but it could be slightly enjoyable depending where you're working. When you're applying for a part-time job, make sure you ask around because many of your fellow students might have gotten a job somewhere and can tell you where to work or where not to work. And also be persistent. Even if you apply 10 times and are not accepted, don't give up. If you keep on applying enough, you're almost certain to be able to get a job sometime. Starting a blog can be another excellent way to make money in college, and it's also very flexible. It builds your network and can build your reputation. Blogging, obviously, is very flexible. You can blog whenever you have free time. You can write in the morning, night, or in between classes. And it can also build your network. If you write a blog on whatever field you're hoping to get into, you can meet other people who are in that field and who are experts, and you can possibly get recommendations from them or find out about job openings. And like I said, it can build your reputation. As long as your blog is truly filled with good information, your reputation will be built well from this. And if your blog has incorrect information or bad writing style, then it can actually destroy your reputation. You need to be careful how you write it. But as long as you write it well, you will be able to build your reputation, build your network, and keep flexible work hours. There are a few difficulties with blogging, some of which are rather big. One is the low income. Most bloggers make very little money. A recent study showed about 30% of the bloggers made less than $10 a month. So as you can see, unless you really work at it, blogging doesn't make you a lot of money. However, on the other hand, some bloggers make $100,000 a year, so you have to realize as long as you work hard, you can make a certain amount of money depending what field you're in, but if you don't work hard enough, you are likely to make very little money. It also has a very slow start, especially if you're new to blogging and don't understand how to build traffic, how to write, or how to monetize your blog. You're going to have to learn how to do that, and the only way to really learn is through trial and error. You can read all you want, but you're still going to have to try things, and they won't work like it said in the thing you read. You have to try it again, try different ways, and figure out which way works best for you and for your audience. When you're starting a blog, it's important to think about finding free tools. A lot of people starting out with blogging go and buy the really expensive stuff, like a really expensive theme for their blog, or pay somebody to promote their blog, or pay for advertising. But it's best to start out free, because you don't know that you're going to be able to make anything from it, so you don't want to be losing money. When you start, you can get a free blog from WordPress, a free theme from WordPress, and all you have to pay is for the hosting and the domain name. Blogging also, you want to make sure you network with other bloggers, and so go comment on other blogs, write guest posts, email them if you think they had some really interesting thing, link to them, but don't just make your own blog be all you're focused on. Go out and meet other people and talk with them and share ideas on their blogs. Help them with their blogs, and then they'll come help you with yours. One of my favorite blogs that helps people who are blogging is called ProBlogger.net. It's an excellent blog that has daily tips on how to promote your blog, how to monetize your blog, how to build your blog, how to write on your blog. Basically, everything you can think of with your blog, you'll find down ProBlogger. And I read it practically every day. It has lots of excellent tips. Getting an on-campus job is another excellent way to make money for college. On-campus jobs are often very flexible, and they're also highly accessible because they're right there on campus. The flexibility, you're able to make it work with your class schedule, and you also are able to save time because it's right there on campus. You don't have to drive or walk somewhere. The difficulties are the pay. On-campus jobs are generally rather low paying, but they are, like I said, you save time, and they also are very flexible, so they might be a good idea. If you are interested in getting an on-campus job, make sure you ask around. A lot of other students probably can recommend you for it and show you where different job openings are. And make sure you start right away. The best time to start looking for a fall semester job is actually during March, and the best time to look for a spring semester job is actually during October. So you have to start very early. It's a highly competitive area. Even though they aren't very high paying, they're very high sought after. Scholarships are another excellent way to get free money. They are technically free money, even though you do have to do some work for them. And they're also very flexible. You can submit your applications whenever you have free time. The difficulties are it's not certain. You might not get any scholarship for a long time, or you might get a whole lot right away. And if you don't get a whole lot at first, it can be very frustrating thinking, am I ever going to get a scholarship or not? But make sure you persist, because if you keep on persisting and getting better and better at your scholarship applications, you're almost certain to win at one time or other. And participate in extracurricular activities. The scholarship sponsors want to know how well you do outside of the classroom, but not only how well you do inside. So the scores are still important. Make sure you watch the deadlines, because if you miss the deadline, you're out the running for the scholarship. Thank you for watching this. I hope you're able to make some money for college.